This is me. However, this is also me. And what's the difference between the young one and the old one, apart from over 30 years? Well, every single atom between the two is different. Every few weeks, your skin will change. Every few months, your blood will change. And every 10 years, your bones and even the brain cells within your skull will change. There is almost no similarity anatomically and physically between the first young and the old new. Your body is a process. It is a flow. It is a constant stream or river of things changing and becoming.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard.
And if we are in this constant state of change, why is it that we find it so difficult to change our habits? Why is it that our habits linger for decades longer than the literal bones in our body have been replaced? In order to answer this, we need to look at grammar. Back in 2011, Stanford University did an experiment where they asked two groups of people, one, how important is voting? And another group, how important is it to be a voter? The difference between the two is one is the action and one is the identity. And what they found is that the ones that were asked the importance of being a voter, the identity, were far more likely to vote. And this is an interesting observation. Why is this? Well, we care far more about our identity to ourselves than the actions that we take. We care about the story that we tell ourselves. Now, there is a reason why we find it so difficult to change the story and to change the captain of the ship that we are.
I'm a what?
A wizard.
Change the direction of the stream, of the river, of the process of who we're going to be. And that's because the brain doesn't recognize our future self as ourself. It sees it as a stranger. When they did some MRI scans of people and they asked them to think about themselves, a part of the brain lit up. However, when they asked the same people to think of their future self, the parts of the brain did not light up. This shows that we do not see it as ourselves. It was the same part of the brain that lit up for a stranger. And so we are unable to identify with the person that we're going to become fundamentally.
It's a problem for future Homer. Man, I don't envy that guy.
The word person comes from the Latin persona, which means performance or to act. And so the fundamentals of who we are is a display, it is a performance. We are in the theatre of life. And to think that you are able to change yourself without immediately having to pretend to be something different is a foolish game. It cannot be done. It is not able to be done. And so, when you feel disingenuous, when you feel like you're not being real, that is the process of transformation. There is a learning curve that comes with this. You need to fake the identity in order to do the actions just enough so that the dopamine system can take over. And so there's always going to be a bit of a sluggish push and pull immediately. As soon your own biology will take the momentum from you, and not only do you not need to put effort into it, but it will actually become fun. There's two tricks that you need to know in order to make this process much more efficient and much smoother. The transformation of fantasy into reality about your identity. And first of all is to half the task, half the size of the action you want to do that is necessary to become the person you want to become, until it is under the threshold of the dopamine that you have available. Instead of a page, you actually just write a sentence. Find that minimum point of entry in the path of becoming the person you want to become, or the person that you are going to become. Because every marathon starts with a single step. If you're not doing the first step, you're not going to get to the end. Accept your biology limitations, accept that your dopamine isn't quite there yet. Find that first step, find that entry point. And from there, the momentum starts to build. The second part is that you need to be very careful not to get a hidden defeat in this process. So you need to double the amount of time or resources you allow yourself to do the task. The reason for this is if you complete the assignment, you complete the work, if you complete the mission that you decide you need to do, but it takes you twice as long, suddenly your action will tell yourself and your identity is that you are a failure, you are too slow,
A wizard.
even if you complete the task. Halve the task size and keep halving until it is able to be done, and then double the allotted time you allow yourself to do it.